Our next presenter is from AST. He is Josh Russell. He's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Josh is going to present an in-depth demonstration of AST's isolated Genesis C. This is flexible, modular, fill-finish machine, features a fully integrated human-machine interface with automated processing of nested, custom, and ready-to-use vials, syringes, and cartridges. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, thanks, Barry. It's good to be here, and we're really excited to do this virtual demonstration of the Gen C system, as you mentioned. And just first want to touch on our just a bit on AST. And AST is a U.S.-based manufacturer and builder of intuitive and intelligent aseptic manufacturing platforms and systems. So we offer a wide range of tabletop to production systems used widely in laboratory, clinical, and commercial applications. So as Perry, you mentioned, we're excited to showcase today AST's 4th generation Genesis C filling line in an aseptic isolator. This filling line, it really embodies 10 years of continuous improvement and development. And hey, that's what everybody comes to the virtual Pharma Expo, is to take some time, see some equipment in action. And we're excited to show this. And it's interesting, in the prior poll question, one of the items that was polled was press fit caps, or unconventional system for sealing vials. And we're going to demonstrate just that today. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello, I want to welcome you to AST. My name is Josh Russell, Vice President of Sales and Marketing. We're very excited to be here with all of you today for the virtual Pharma Expo. Here today, we're going to be demonstrating our Genesis C system inside of an aseptic isolator. You know, one of the things that AST is really known for is modular systems that are designed for accurate and precise filling and processing of high-value pharmaceutical products, whether they're autologous cell and gene therapy products, viral vectors. So I'm going to walk you through each one of these modules. But first, before I go into the individual unit operations in this machine, I do want to talk a little bit about the isolator that we have in front of us. And it is somewhat unique. In this particular application, the customer had existing constraints with an existing building. They came to us to say, AST, you know what, we can't go above a 10-foot ceiling just due to mechanical and interstitial interferences that could create problems down the road. So, hey, no problem. You know, isolators are known to be really tall, but we're able to design the air handlers such that we marry up to the modular clean room panels that they have up above without interfering with the interstitial air, things like ductwork, fire sprinklers, and other interferences that were in play. The air handler is taking air from the room, being able to HEPA filter it, and then be able to recycle or recirculate the air through our double wall construction. So the air is pulled through the double panes of glass and then back up to the air handler. In addition to it, the system has a fully automated hydrogen peroxide biodecontamination system. So no external systems are required. It's built into both the control system logic and is qualified with the system at the customer site prior to overall machine qualification, or PQ. And in addition to the system, the isolator has a fully integrated HMI with the filling equipment HMI. So the customer only has to become familiar with one single interface, and from this point is able to access all the electronic batch record information, the alarms and event data, be able to have a clean and accurate picture that provides them situational awareness of what is happening with the equipment, what if there's an alarm or alert, where that alarm alert might be transpiring, and be able to address it very easily and simply. So I'm holding here a nest and tub of ready-to-fill containers. In this instance, is vials that we're going to run on this machine and demonstrate later on in our Gen C fill close module. So generally speaking, there's 2 overbags that come on these ready-to-fill containers. And the first overbag is removed when the containers come into the clean room. And the second one is removed in a system such as this. And this is what we call our semi-automatic bag opener, or SABO. AST offers this module, but in addition to this, we have an automatic bag opening system as well. So in this instance, we're going to demonstrate the semi-automatic option. So the operator using the glove ports will come in. There'll be a conveyor, roller conveyor that will feed the vials with the over bag placed on it. They'll place it on this table and on the cutting head assembly, okay, via the glove ports. Once the bag and the tub have been properly placed, they put their fingers on these safety switches. So let's just make sure that their gloved hands are out of the way of the operating equipment. If they remove their fingers from it, then the system will stop. And the system will do the cut. The door and mouse hole to the aseptic isolator will now open. The upper head assembly will rise, the lower assembly will lower, at which point the operator, now with the safety switch is amber, indicates to the operator that the bag is open. They can now transfer the tub into the, we'll call manual tub opening system inside of the aseptic isolator. So now we're in our MTO, or manual tub opening module within the aseptic isolator. So now with the overbag removed, the operator can now take the tub, transfer it to a vacuum station. So actuate the vacuum here. It'll come and it'll grip the tub. You can see that it's forcefully gripped with vacuum. At which point the operator, using sterile forceps and the gloves, can grip the corner of the Tyvek lid, peel it cross-laterally across the tub, and then discard it in the RTP in the deck plate of the machine. So this will allow for the waste to be automatically transferred without breaching the interior environment of the isolator. Now with the Tyvek lid removed, the operator is able to grab the vacuum wand that's hanging in the isolator, turn on the vacuum by pressing on this multi-touch sensor, grip the Tyvek lid, and then place it inside of the RTP, release the vacuum, and then place it back onto its location on the aseptic isolator. So now with the Tyvek lid and liner fully removed from the tub and discarded, the operator now will release the vacuum, holding the tub in place, and transfer it automatically to the automated conveyor into the fill close module, where our Genesis filler awaits to process the vials further. All right, so the next stop along the tub journey of these ready-to-use vials is our Genesis C fill close module. So here in the fill close module, it's a very simple design, only the basics. And the reason why we design it that way is so that we can have very few change parts that are necessary to operate the machine, run the machine. As I mentioned earlier, this system is designed to fill vials, syringes, and cartridges with only the simplest of change parts. And all those change parts are designed to be able to be interchanged depending upon the container and the process without tools. And then in addition to just the general processing stations that are needed for dosing the drug product and sealing the container, we have the peristaltic pumps that are in the back of the equipment. Those are positioned and placed uniquely for each glove port to be able to easily thread the drug product single-use fluid path prior to operation. We have an IPC load cell, which we'll show momentarily. And then the necessary and very important instrumentation that's necessary to ensure that the environment is under proper control. So those would be the viable active air sampling position plates, the non-viable particle sensors that are continuously monitoring the amount of particles or particulate that's within the aseptic core for proper processing. Okay, so now that it's in position, it hits a tub stop, and then the operator will use this Nest transfer tool that is specifically designed to ensure that we have good continuous airflow over the containers. Simply press the sensor quickly that actuates the vacuum. The operator will then grab the nest, transfer the nest to the centering plate. Of course, this will be done via glove ports. Disconnect it, remove it, hang it onto the isolator, and then unglove. And at this point, the system will go and start this particular nest. Now, it's important to also mention that in addition to the manual transfer AST also offers a robotic automated transfer of this nest on this exact same system. So as you can see here, the fill nozzles, this is a 2-head machine. It will fill the vials from the bottom up. Now that filling motion is fully programmable by the system. The system will actuate over. So what we're seeing now is the other arm is grabbing the vial. It's going to place it onto an IPC load cell. So this is a gravimetric balance, extremely accurate, and it's measuring the tare weight of the vial. And the fill nozzles will articulate over, dispense the drug product, and provide weight feedback directly to the system. So if the pump needs more calibration, has it drifted ever so slightly, this will provide that feedback automatically. In addition to that, it can be a statistical control where it's recording the actual fill weight that was dispensed and recording it to the electronic batch record system. Okay, as I mentioned, and it might be a little bit difficult to see from the video, is that there is a arm that is beneath the container. And what that arm is doing is measuring the amount of pressure that's applied to the vial during that press fit cap process. And that click that you're hearing as it's being applied is really that snap cap gripping the underside of the neck of the vial. So once the nest of vials is completed, the tub will exit from the aseptic isolator into the background clean room in this particular application using a press fit caps. If it was an aluminum cap application, it would go to our vial sealing module, which is an additional module that is designed to apply the aluminum overseal on a vial in accordance with the strictest conditions of Annex 1. So one of the things I have here in front of me is a coaxial fill nozzle. So oftentimes customers are asking or requiring that when we dispense the drug product in the vial, that there is really that head space is inert. We have the drug product is dispensed through the center of the fill needle. And then we have a connection on the side of the fill nozzle that allows for an overlay gas to be injected through the annulus of the fill needle as shown here. And then that fill nozzle simply goes on a very easy change part, which is autoclaved on here, placed on, and then simply mounts with the hole on the machine with a quarter twist fastener. So with a knob on it. So very simple change parts, autoclaved, stainless steel 316 construction, designed to be autoclaved. We have autoclave trays that these parts go into to assist that process, be able to transfer them in, aseptically assemble them, and be able to run a hydrogen peroxide cycle prior to introducing the drug product in containers into the system. The data that the system is collecting, the amount that's being dispensed, the critical process parameters are being recorded by the system in our electronic batch record system, which is 21 CFR Part 11 compliant. And now that we have it completed, now the system will go to a known home position. And then just like we did before at the beginning, the operator is going to just tap the button there. That will actuate the vacuum on the nest transfer tool. The operator will then, using, through the glove ports, grab the nest, remove the nest, place it back into the tub, tap the device again, release the vacuum, at which point the nest will automatically actuate and exit the filling machine. Well, hey, that's it for our live demonstration of our Genesis C filler. We hope you really appreciated the attention to detail that our AST's engineering team puts into every one of our aseptic products. We love the simplicity of the system. It's intuitive, it's easy to operate and use, and not only that, provides unparalleled flexibility to make it easy for our customers as their pipeline changes, product changes, business changes, be able to adapt the machine to be able to accommodate those changes. Now, I look forward to fielding any of your questions today. I'm sure you have lots of them with all that we've shown you today, and we'd love to answer them.
Thank you, Josh. That was a really great video. Very high quality, very thorough. That's really, really well done. You're getting requests for that video. Okay, so if you look at some of the questions in the Q&A box, you'll see some, hey, can you send us the video? So I think you have some people very interested in kind of showing that to other people as well.
We'll be
how
happy
quickly? Yep. Okay. Sorry, I cut you off there, but I kind of figured you would. Question on a press fit cap sealing versus crimp cap sealing. What kind of quality checks can you perform on the latter, the crimp cap sealing process?
Yeah, great question. So within our VSM module, we have two really critical, important quality checks that we perform using vision sensors. Not just fiber optic sensors or capacitance sensor that we commonly see on systems. So a vision system is physically taking a picture, and we're identifying the first one, whether or not that we have a proper stopper placement onto the vial. Should there be the system identify that the stopper has been placed correctly, then it would automatically proceed to place the cap onto it. If not, it would reject it and pull it and put it into a position for it to be rectified at a later time. And then once it has the aluminum seal placed and crimped on it, then we're taking a secondary inspection to ensure that that crimp cap has been properly placed and sealed before placing it back into the nest.
Okay. Great. Thank you. There's a lot of questions rolling in. I was reading some of these as they're coming in and just trying to, do you have, Valerie's asking if you have is it clean in place? What type of cleaning operations can you perform with this?
Yeah, so a couple typical things that our customers would do with an isolator-based platform is one, between batches, there's an automated biodecontamination process using the onboard hydrogen peroxide system that will biodecontaminate the interior element using hydrogen peroxide. Then another approach is just we commonly are using single-use technologies and single-use fluid pass, and that's really what we demonstrated. So anything that's product contacting, direct product contacting, is removed and disposed, and then new single-use fluid pass are put in place. That eliminates a lot of those clean in place, making sure you don't have product carryover from one batch to the next is truly eliminated.
Okay, good. What is so this probably varies, but the speed of the filling line?
Yeah, to your point, it certainly does vary. AST's range of systems can go anywhere between 5 to 10 units a minute, all the way up to 100 units per minute. The system that we demonstrated today, our Gen C system, it comes in, I'll call it two flavors of ice cream. We call our Gen C 10 or Gen C 20, depending upon how many pumps are placed on the machine. So generally speaking, ranges anywhere from 10 to 20 a minute, and is really ideally suited for small batch applications where precision filling and maximum yield is really, really necessary. So applications that come to mind tend to be viral vector manufacturing, ATMPs like cell and gene therapies, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Question about robotics. You had mentioned that it can be fitted with robotics in specific places. Is that something that you're moving to, incorporating more robotics into the systems?
Oh, yeah. So AST was one of the first companies to start producing fully automated robotic filling lines. We installed our very first one in 2010 that filled vials, syringes, and cartridges. And we have not abandoned that philosophy at all. But a lot of our customers were coming to us and wanted some lines that either had a different price point, wanted something with a little less sophistication than what robotics offer. And so we offer a variety of different systems that still touch on the right level of features that they wanted, but not straying from the flexibility. Our Septicell system, our Genesis R, which R stands for robotics, fully robotic filling lines that implement some of the robotic systems that you saw earlier today.
Yeah, great. I think we're going to hear more about robotics throughout the day. One final question. This is a big one. Flexibility often requires speed of changing the system to, meet the needs of cartridges versus vials. So I don't want to put you on a Formula One pit stop clock, but how easily and quickly can you do that?
Yeah, well, in the system that we showed today, I mean, it's very easy for a trained operator to be able to turn over the change parts on that line in as little as 20 minutes, maybe even quicker. The key is where you don't need change parts, don't have change parts. You had talked about some of our robotic lines a little bit earlier, and I had mentioned in the video our automatic bag opener, automatic tub opener. Those two modules don't have change parts. The robotic tooling on them automatically adapts to the nest and tub options that are being processed on the equipment. So obviously, if you don't have change parts, there's nothing you need to touch. And so that is the overarching goal of each and every one of our systems, is to minimize those change parts. So one, it's quick and easy to turn over those materials. One, the overall cost of those change parts is dramatically reduced, in addition to lead times. Having an adaptive fill line is very attractive to CMOs. And so for them, time is money. And so being able to turn over the system quickly to address another client's application is really key.
Yeah, what a great feature. That question came from a CDMO. Obviously, that would be important to them.
Hey.
So,
there you go.
So super great question. Super job. That was a great presentation. Awesome video, very detailed. So great work. Thank you, Josh.
Really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.